Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ottawa Senators Alec. I'm your host, Jack. This is my recap reaction to the Maple Leafs Senators Battle of Ontario game. Third of four meetings between these two teams. First one in Ottawa on the year. And the Senators lose 5-4 in the shootout. And the game after the first period, it's 1-1. And then it is 3-2 after the second. So we're still in it. But then the Maple Leafs score. And then it's 4-2. And then we score back-to-back goals to tie it, including a Brady Tkachuk game-tying goal with 11 seconds left in the third period. But and then we just lose in the shootout. So the goals were scored. Obviously, Brady Tkachuk had 2 goals. Jimmy Stu had a goal, and Julien Gauthier had a goal. And as much as I want to chirp Matt Murray, this kid isn't really supposed to be a finisher. So there you go. But you got to give credit to Murray. He had a .923 save percentage, stopped 48 shots out of 52. And the Sens really looked like they wanted to win it. Just Sogard couldn't make a stop in the shootout when he needed to the most. And he had an .862 save percentage, 25 saves out of 29. But Sogard letting in a couple goals he kind of shouldn't be on the NHL level. He's still inexperienced. I know a lot of people are saying he's NHL ready, but the way it's been looking for him over the last few games, it's not looking like that. Anyways, for the Maple Leafs, Mitch Marner had a goal, Jake McCabe had a goal, and that's the one that kind of should have been saved. That's one you shouldn't let in. And then Cale Yarncroc had a goal, or 2 goals. So you had Yarncroc, Marner, and McCabe had the 4 goals, and then Alex Kerfoot. Yep, Alex Kerfoot, you heard me. Pretty much won the game in the shootout. Chychrun missed a shot, and then Kerfoot scored it in the 9th round of the shootout. So this is not like a 3-round shootout. This went to 9 rounds. So we went toe-to-toe with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and for the most part, I thought we looked pretty good. At this point, we'll take the point. But I really thought this was a game we could have got, especially with how many chances we had. We had 52 shots, obviously, Toronto had 29. Ottawa had 2 penalties, Toronto had 3, which resulted in 6 penalty minutes for the Leafs and 4 for the Sens. Both teams had a power play goal. Ottawa had a shorthanded goal. That was one scored by Tim Stützle. 25-48 in saves in favor of Toronto. 34-25 in favor of hits for the Sens. 15-12 in giveaways for the Leafs, which isn't good defensively for them. And then the Sens have 7 takeaways. Toronto had 1, and then Ottawa won 35 faceoffs. Toronto won 30. So, for the most part, Ottawa pretty much dominated this game. It just came down to chances, and Toronto pretty much took advantage of them better than the Sens did. So, if we were able to take advantage of our opportunities, Sens would have came away with this with 2 points. So I'm not mad about it, but as you all know, it was against Matt Murray, and a lot of Leaf fans are chirping the Senators about that. So, hey, we'll take the point, but then you just got to move on with it. The schedule gets a little bit tougher, and I'll have a weekly preview and prediction for that. Tomorrow's game is probably even more important in terms of playoff implications. Now we are 7 points out of a wild card spot because the Pittsburgh Penguins got their behinds given to them by the New York Rangers 6-0, I believe. Or that's what the score was last time I checked. But they just got absolutely destroyed by the Rangers, so let's see how that heads into tomorrow night's game. And then on the second game of a back-to-back, we play the final game against the Boston Bruins, and then later that week we have the Tampa Bay Lightning. So all 3 of those games will be put in the weekly preview and prediction coming out later. But for now, this is Jack from the Auto Senators Outlook, and go Sens go.